Hey everybody, Chad here. Instead of doing our normal campfire, I just wanted to take a quick second to remind everyone to make sure that you're registered to vote. For more information, visit vote.gov and let your voice be heard. Last time we all met, Trogrum gave his first lie. And without further ado, here is episode 11, Peanut's Star Power.
Trogrum, that was the performance of a lifetime.
I'm wiping a tear, a very proud tear from my eyes. Just like, I never knew you had it in you.
I sniffle. The sky is green.
The sky is green. All right, let's get out of here. Let's race to the docks.
So now we go to the exit with the key from the Gorgon.
It opens up.
To the
Lickety
docks.
split. Lickety split.
Let's
Shall
get
we?
those bastards.
You go walking outside, you get to the road, and there's two directions. You can either go left to the docks or right to the town.
To the docks.
I think we're going to the docks.
All right. As you guys walk towards the docks, you start to realize something very quickly. There's been a slight hum in the background the entire time you've been here. And as you get closer and closer to the docks, you start to realize what the purple rocks really are. They're a set of islands being perpetually lifted into the air by giant fans. And as you get to the docks, you see these giant purple fans under these islands holding all of the mass in the air. And the docks are going off the rocks to 1,000-foot drop. And there, on a ship, you see Gromble holding Peanut.
We see Grumble from 1,000 feet up.
No. He's on the dock. So you guys are walking and you see the docks and the ship is starting to fly off and you see Peanut in like this little contraption and Grumble.
Literally a tiny cage.
Yeah.
So Grumble's on a ship.
Grumble's on the ship.
Just leaving port.
Just leaving port and he
has Peanut.
And he has Peanut and he sees you.
Grumble does or Peanut?
Grumble sees you. You guys see each other. You guys lock eyes.
Yeah.
And he pulls a lever and a magical shroud shoots over Peanut and a yellow golden mass starts to float out of Peanut. And when you see it, it ends up, and then it kind of forms and you see a golden star with two black lines going down it, and like a cartoon star. And Grumble opens the cage. Peanut now just exhausted and tired, and he holds Peanut in his hand. He looks at Horatio and he says, "Horatio, you should have learned a long time ago to take off those rose-colored lenses, because when you wear them, all the red flags just look like flags." And he throws Peanut at you as he's holding the star.
How far away is he?
You're at. I imagine that you guys got to the edge of the dock, and he throws Peanut enough to get to the dock to you.
I cast Mage Hand to catch a Peanut. Just kind of snatch him out of the air.
He was caught by Max, and they got away.
I immediately drop everything and rush over to Peanut. Peanut! Oh my God, are you okay?
As you look at Peanut, you see he's there. He's alive. He's okay. No, there's no harm towards him. But that starmanship, that star power that he had, that everyone wanted to look at, was missing.
His Riz.
The Riz.
They stole his mojo. Okay.
Yeah. And he's just a squirrel.
He is just a squirrel.
I'm just kind of like, maneuvering him around in my hands, like kind of inspecting him for injuries and seeing what it is, but I haven't quite noticed.
Horatio, does he appear to recognize you?
Thankfully he's not injured, but something's off. He's not looking at me the way he normally does. I'm not quite certain what it is.
As he looks at you, but he's very jumpy and scared. He's not his normal, I want to be the center. He's not his normal, like, I'm the center of attention.
Yeah. So I can actually communicate with small beasts, and like, as long as they're simple enough ideas. Peanut, buddy, are you okay? What's going on with you? What happened? What did he do to you? What happened to you?
As you ask him that question, you sense. How does that spell work? Or what?
It's not a spell; it's a trait.
Oh, what, can you read it to me?
It basically just says you can communicate simple ideas with smaller beasts. I guess it doesn't specify whether he can talk back.
Let's keep it to yes or no questions. To keep it, because that's a concept thing to be like, what happened to you?
True.
I don't think it would be like a speaking thing. It would be more like an emotion or
Like, can you smell something weird? Yes or no?
Is Timmy stuck in a well? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's talking to Lassie.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, Peanut, what's going on? Did he hurt you?
He kind of like pats himself up and down. And you get the idea that no, he's not hurt.
Does he shake his head or?
He just gets the sense of it. Like, oh yeah, sure. No, he shakes his little head. His little ears are flopping back and forth.
Oh, he's definitely not injured. Is something different, Peanut? What it looks like he did something to you.
He kind of like shrugs a little and like kind of like a little bit of a nod.
I'm looking over Horatio's shoulders, and I'm actually really like feel something in the pit of my stomach because I'm like, Peanut, do you know who I am?
And say, Peanut, do you know her? Do you know her?
Peanut looks over and you get the recognition of yes.
Peanut, are we friends?
He nods his head yes.
Come on, buddy, you're scaring me.
If I may, friends, it appears Peanut is fine, but not his usual self. Whatever makes Peanut is off with Grumble, and we should give pursuit, don't you think?
Yeah, this whole time Trogrim's looking at the ship that Grumble is taking off in, and like, just how far away is he? Like, how much headway has he made in the last like 2 minutes that we've been examining Peanut?
About half a mile.
So we can still see him.
Yeah.
You said he had like escaped, so I assume that negated our ability to basically interact with him.
Yeah. So you can't really. Yeah, he's. I don't know. I've never really yelled at someone half a mile away. I don't think it's.
Sure. No, you can see him. All right.
Yeah.
Are there any other ships in the dock?
No.
800 meters. That's not that far. We can still see him. Like,
I swear, if that trunked piece of shit hurt you, I will burn him and everything he loves to the ground.
he took something from the squirrel. He took something from he had the squirrel. He took some sort of magical essence out of him. Bards, can you play a song? Can you play a song really quick?
And do you feel the same hatred for Peanut that you usually do?
I'm a little disturbed, if we're being honest.
Please, just please play a song. This is important. Anything. Could be anything with a small beat.
I'm gonna look at Peanut and I'm wiping off my pan flute and I'm dumping it onto the ground.
Pulling it out of Chad's water bottle.
Yeah, there's no water bottle around, so I'm just dumping it on the ground. And I silently whisper, "Boots, cats, boots, cats, boots, cats." And then I start putting on the Ritz. Yeah. On the pan flute, and I'm staring at Peanut with tears in my eyes, hopeful that
I'm like gently shaking Peanut. I'm like, come on, buddy, come on.
Yeah.
Does that do anything? Come on, you love this song.
Peanut kind of stands up and then jumps to Horatio's shoulder and then sits back down.
my tears are silently streaming down my face because the anti-camaraderie, like the competition between me and Peanut was actually like what I considered to be a best friendship. And right now it's not there.
You guys, I've never seen Peanut do something like this before. He's never shied away from music like this.
I've never seen him not do anything before to this song.
I turn to Horatio and I say, I believe he has stolen his expertise. We must get it back.
Just the like concern in my face just rapidly turns to an absolute violent scowl. And just like shaking with anger. It's like, Grumble, I'm coming for you.
End of the episode.
There must be a way off this rock. There must be a way off this island. And I would like to do an investigation check to like look around and see if there's a way to get off the island in a motorized kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Skydive, base jump.
Where's the belt? Where's the magnetic belt?
Yeah.
Yeah, the belts. That's right. I forgot about this.
I'm still wearing mine.
Yeah, you're wants to abandon.
That is a 17.
17. As you look around, you notice that there are no ships, but you do remember a sign pointing towards a town for after you left the prison.
We must make haste towards it. I think the town is our best bet for getting some sort of vehicle for pursuit.
If anyone has a ride off this island, it would be the government. Whoever's highest in power here, they would have an emergency escape plan.
We're on an island floating in the sky, and that ship is a mile away at this point. How fast do you think we can get after him? We would need a dragon.
Maybe they have a speeder.
Unfortunately, I do believe this is our best option, lest he get away with the squirrels powered infinitely. We know that he is heading north-northeast.
You guys do know a couple things from last episode, that the principal was talking to him and said to bring him.
What did the...
So the principal. So there's a, and it's. I assume that it's heading in the direction of the Purple Rocks thing. Or are we on?
We're on the
Purple
Purple
Rocks?
Rocks.
We're on the Purple Rocks. Is the library here
There's a library exactly like the one that I remember from my vision, somewhere on this rocks.
on this one, but not in the direction where
He's leaving. No.
Peanut's essence is going? So he's not here anymore. Okay. So clearly he's not here. So we're not going to find him at the library. Is all I was saying.
We need to at least go find more docs.
So we
you
need to
know.
find the principal. Nothing's changed for us, right? We still need to find the principal. We need to find the principal to put Chad back together, and now we need to find the principal to put Peanut back together.
Why does he
Why
keep
would he
breaking
even want
things?
with Peanut? What is it? Peanut is, of course, my closest friend, my closest companion, a talented performing artist. But what? Why would that have relevance to him? Grumble's a talented performer. Just take it from him. Why come
Grumble's
after me?
nothing. Can anyone match Peanut?
Grumble certainly does not have the star power of your friend Peanut.
I guess not, but
I hate everything, and even I like Peanut.
We know so little about this principal fellow. We know he possessed my dead brother. We know that he has taken Chad, and he insists that Chad continue his studies. We know that he's responsible for Chad being splintered into 5 stones. And now we know that he requires this essence of squirrel.
He has big plans, it seems. Bigger than the Sword Coast. How does nobody know about him?
He was a principal at a really small school.
Very low-key.
I've made it my business to avoid getting mixed in with the divine or the otherworldly, and it's so far paid me well, but
Well, now there's something personal at stake.
yeah.
Regardless of our brainstorming, I don't think we're gonna solve this problem just standing around,
No, you're
watching
right.
him farther away.
And you're right.
We require action.
We must go into the town.
Peanut's safe for now, but we need to fix whatever's wrong with him. I've never seen him like this, and I can only pray that he's just in shock and it'll wear off or something like that. Well, Anne, you're right. Unless one of you sprouts wings in the next few minutes, our best hope is going into that town, seeing what we can find. All right, I angrily and determinedly start walking in the direction that sign post pointed for the town without saying anything to anyone.
Equally as determined and following
I follow as well.
with determination.
Yes, with determination.
We're just walking and just like broad
Bam,
shouldering.
bam, 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 bam.
I am
Exactly.
determined to try to look as determined as them, but I am failing miserably.
I am at the back, and because no one's watching me, I am very casually and leisurely walking.
You guys have been walking all day. The sun starting to dip low over the horizon. It's casting an eerie glow over the rugged landscape. Your journey has not been an easy one. Your hope to find the town is what's continued to drive you all. Occasionally, you see a sign. It always says you're almost to the town of Amethyst. But as you all crest the final hill, your anticipation is turned to shock. Before you lay not a town, but a gaping maw of destruction. Amethyst was no more. The once thriving community now resembled a giant smoldering crater, its edges jagged and blackened.
So I did nuke it from orbit.
The charred remnants of buildings jutted out from the pit like broken teeth in a giant's mouth. The town square where laughter and music once echoed is now a desolate expanse of scorched earth. As you all stand on the edge of the crater, you found twisted metal, shattered glass, and the haunting echoes of lost lives. As you keep looking around, 2 things stand out to you. Amidst the charred ruins, a brick building stands like a defiant sentinel. Its walls, once crimson, now has aged, a testament to centuries of existence. The mortar between the bricks has weathered, but not a single crack dances across its surface. The only strange thing is that it's now on a slant, one with the crater. It's sitting roughly at a 45-degree angle, and the other strange thing is at the center, a lone statue.
Center of the crater.
Oh, so the statue's at the center of the crater.
Yes.
And the building is slanting sort of towards it.
Yeah, it's like on the like it's a giant crater. It's like clearly perfectly fine,
Yeah.
but it's like
and the statue is below at the bottom of the crater.
yes,
Can I tell what the statue is of?
Yeah.
Do I recognize it?
it's a person in like somewhat of a triumphant stance with like its hands on his feet on his hips, kind of standing up, and and has a stone face that's cracked and weathered.
But I don't recognize it as a particular person.
No,
We can see that from the ridge.
Gods, what happened here?
Well, we could either go examine that statue closer at the bottom of this crater to get to the bottom of what's happened here, or we can go see why that building is still standing.
Why not both?
Well, I just meant one before the other.
Oh, what's closer?
the building.
Let's go to the building first.
I like the way you think.
Thank you. I'm all about efficiency.
I nod knowingly.
This all seems normal to you to walk upon a destroyed town?
Oh,
No, none of this
absolutely
seems
not.
normal. And Trogam pulls out his maul just out of a heightened sense of awareness.
I don't know what normal is anymore. I know your squirrel's not normal. All I know is that we keep thinking we're getting closer and closer to getting that book of knowledge, but it keeps slipping further and further away, and more questions arise with each passing day. So all I know is that we've got to keep moving forward, whether it's stepping on desecrated land or not. Let's just go find out what's happened here.
If there's one thing I've learned in my years of showbiz is that that's just baseball, baby. You just got to keep going no matter what happens.
What is this baseball?
I have no idea. It's just something I heard one time, and I've repeated it ever since.
Trogam points at Max and says, "You will come with me, magic user, as backup," and walks over with Max to the building and just goes to the front door and knocks and says, "Hello, is there anyone of residence?"
As you knock, kind of opens up, and inside it you see what looks like a tavern.
Oh no!
I swear to God.
And I was going to say I go with them too. So yeah.
And you see some kind of like bright lights in the background, but you can't quite tell what's inside.
Trogam,
Friends, this is a Malort. Max, were you going to say something?
can you hear that? Can you hear the noises of people enjoying things? Could this be? Go inside.
Trogam gently opens the door and peeks his head inside.
As you peek in, your sense of direction kind of turns a little bit, and you are now back. You get the sense that you're back being straight up,
I knew it.
and a kid behind the bar goes, "Hi, welcome to Made in the Middle, Tavern and Spellbind Arcade."
Trogam pulls his head out of the door and goes
you go back to
tilted.
sideways, yeah.
He says, "It's the interdimensional arcade. We should probably go inside."
I think
I
they're.
go, hell yeah, and everyone passes.
I'm trying to grab Anne by the back of her shirt. No, you addict.
Make a dexterity save, and you make sleight of hand or athletics.
Athletics, yeah.
Oh, dexterity save. It's 16 plus 5.
4. And goes running in.
One of my fingers breaks. I'm like, ah, fuck.
I do a little twirl.
Twirl past me?
Yeah.
To disrespect.
As you walk in, your sense of gravity goes to straight up, and you're not on the hill anymore, and you see just people playing games, drinking, whiz-bogs and shim-shams going all around. And as you look behind the bar, you see a young kid with a rat costume on and a little tail coming out connected to his right hand.
I want to call him Chuck. I want to call him Chuck so bad. I'm climbing up to the bar, and I go, "Sir, your finest Merlot."
Oh, how you doing? What's your name? My name's
Is it Jonathan by any chance?
Austin. Nice to meet you.
Okay, they have different staff. It's not
They
simply
sure
the
look
one
the
guy the whole
same.
time. I'm keeping notes on this.
Okay. May we call you Ozzy?
Sure. I've never heard that before.
Austin, you have powers? I'm bringing it back. You got powers?
I mean, I could do this. And he kind of like holds up his hand and then like puts down one thumb and then puts his other thumb through two fingers and kind of moves it back and forth. Look at that.
That is spectacular. Austin, without powers, I'll take a glass of your finest Merlot, please.
Merlot? Unfortunately, we don't have any of those Merlots. How can I help you? Would you like a...
I'm climbing off the bar. You guys that don't have the fortune telling thing that have no answers for me.
Where's the other guy?
What other guy?
talks like this.
I'm the only one that works today. I don't know what you guys are talking
I turn to
about.
Horatio and I say, this may be your best shot at finding some sort of flying machine.
Maybe let's play along with him. Let's not anger the being who runs this bar that appears everywhere.
I walk up to the counter and I look the kid sternly in the eye and I say, okay, I'm done with this whole charade, as you call
I
it.
just said not to do that.
What is this place? Why do we keep finding you? Why do we keep finding you here? Why is every one of these locations miraculously protected from the dangers and destructions of the realm outside? Whose deity do you serve, or what deity are you, for that matter?
Oh, sir, this is Mages and Merlot, Tavern and Spellbound Arcade. I don't quite know what you mean by deity, but I can help you get some coins, tickets, win some prizes. And this is the first time you look up and you see a wall of prizes.
What do I see on the wall of prizes?
As you look at the wall of prizes, you actually, all of them are empty except for one thing. And it's a pristine comb. And underneath there's a little flyer that says Comb of Pompadour. And it's a magical hair comb that when used gives the user a big pompadour, which is a +1 to charisma, but a -1 to dex because of how much it catches the wind. And I want to give a big thank you to Travis for giving us that item.
That's an awesome idea.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Travis.
Victor looks over.
Oh my God, Victor's with us. He's using the chair to hobble
Always
around.
forget our NPCs.
I've been too shocked to be, paying attention to him.
I grip his
Victor,
leg.
stop sneaking up on us like this.
I grip his leg tighter.
What happens when you guys usually come into Mages and Merlot?
They usually pour us a drink of some sort, some elixir of magic. That
and Anne won't let us have any of it.
But what's happened the first time? It was something similar.
Oh, they pour me. You go to the bar, same kid, different name, sometimes a different voice.
Different accents.
Different person.
Let me get this right. There's a theory. The Mages and Merlot have been in this universe longer than Neverwinter University,
Which is shocking.
and everyone seems to be impenetrable. No magic, nothing can destroy them, and there's always a young kid in some weird costume in the back. But on very special occasions, very rare occasions, the child behind the bar seems to turn into what feels like a drug lord.
Oh, well, we're 2 for 2, so I think it's actually not so rare. Well, 2 for 3, I guess. But
Well,
Anne's very addicted.
so far.
Through intensive experiments, we found out that it needs some kind of catalyst to basically have the kid transform into the...
I jump up to the counter and I go, Austin without powers. Hey, baby.
Hi, how's it going?
How did we trigger this last time? What did we ask for? What did we?
Did we have the crystal with us?
We had a crystal. We had a crystal.
But only the second time we definitely had a crystal. We had just recovered the yellow crystal. The first time we did not.
Could this place want us to collect these things?
I mean, as enjoyable as I'm sure that concoction that made you see visions was, Anne, I don't think
And helpful.
visions are going to help us right
Not
now.
helpful.
I have an idea.
It was helpful.
I have
we
an
got us
idea.
here.
I say, I looked to the kid and I say, I understand you deal in drink and games. Do you happen to deal in transport? Because really, the only thing we're looking for is a ride off of this rock.
Good sir, I really understand what I know what you're looking. I keep going southern. I understand what you're looking for and how things kind of play out. But I'm a minimum wage worker. All I really do is help people get some drinks and use some tokens. And
Do you know anything about the statue outside?
the statue outside.
Friends, I have a theory. And I turn quickly and I walk out the door. And I start heading down the slope.
Okay, as you walk out down the slope, you get closer and closer to the statue. And when you move towards the statue, you kind of see a glimmer at the feet.
And I turn and I look to see if anybody's following me.
I'm at the edge of the crater. I didn't go down.
Okay.
I'm coming down very
I say
slowly. I have little legs.
there is something down here. Help me. I don't think I could.
As you start walking towards the statue, you see a blue creature move around it, and you recognize it as one of the teachers from the libraries.
Bookworm?
And
So
it
one
looks
of the
like the
bookworms?
bookworm. Yep, it's the tiny little dragon from the bookworms.
How tiny? Like, would he fit in my hand?
No, it's like human size.
Oh, so as I'm getting closer, I see a bookworm
It
down at the base.
starts moving. It was hidden behind the statue
God,
as
so
it
tiny.
comes out.
So I try
small.
to talk to it.
What do you say?
I said, "Mr. Worm, good sir, are you all right? What?"
It turns around and it kind of just goes. "Ah." And as you look at it, you can tell that there is no intelligence behind those eyes. It is now just it is now just what it was supposed to be.
It's just a creature.
creature, but it is dressed in the in clothes of a professor of a teacher.
Does it appear to be coming towards me at all? Yeah.
No, not yet.
Okay. How far away am I?
I'm going to say around 30 to. I'm going to say 45 feet.
Can I see him in the worm?
Did you walk outside?
Yeah, I'm at the edge of the crater.
Oh, yes, you can.
I stop halfway down the crater. I'm like halfway between wherever Theo is and the tip of the crater, and as soon as I hear the worm make a not common sound, I stop and I turn around and I start trying to scramble back up.
I yelled towards Trogrim. Trogrim! I yell into the door. Get out here. We might need you.
Trogrim walks out the front door, closes it behind him, and sees Theo clearly about to be in danger, and starts sliding down the crater towards him. Say, Theo, back away slowly. This thing is not what we've encountered before.
Point of clarification: is the glimmer I saw the worm, or did I see something that was also a glimmer and the worm?
You saw both. So there was something and the worm. Yes.
And what color was the glimmer?
Blue.
And the worm is blue.
Yes.
But they're two different things.
Yes.
All right. I think, friends, there's a piece of Chad here, and I think he's the one that caused the destruction, and I think this former bookworm person is in the way. But I do start to step back.
I wanted to use this time while everybody's been sussing out the situation to just cast a ritual of detect magic, because I am highly skeptical of everything that is involved in this.
There was 2 points of magic that you detect.
Two different points.
Yes,
Okay.
the building behind you and the rock in Anne's sock.
And so,
And
sorry,
that is
Frankie,
it.
the blue sparkle, that's like attached to the worm somehow? Or
No, it is at the statue.
at the statue. Gotcha.
I'm going to start sliding down the crater too. Mm-hmm. But it's not going as like elegantly as Trogrim. I'm getting hit with like rocks and so
I feel like,
it's more like a chubby boulder rolling down a hill.
yeah, I feel like I want to either attack it or be ready to defend myself. We need to get to that blue stone. So I'll wait for Trogrim.
Theo!
Yeah.
What's going on down there?
There appears to be what I think is a shard of Chad down here, and there's one of the former bookworms, but he doesn't have the intelligence of the other bookworms.
A fight, Horatio. A fight.
It could possibly become that. Yes.
It's a stupid bookworm?
Yeah. Yes, an unintelligent, stupid bookworm that does not ask us for our signature of any kind.
He has reverted to his primal senses for whatever that's worth.
But his clothes are still sharp as hell.
But I do believe Chad is here.
If you could come within range of your spells, I'm fairly certain we will need your assistance.
Can
I
I ask
take,
a clarifying
odd-
question really quick? Did they not take my stone out of my sock when they took all our clothes and gear?
I assumed you put it back in.
Yeah, we got all our stuff back.
I know, but like, where was I keeping it? It was in my sock, and I didn't have any socks.
Yeah, but
So they didn't take it
No.
when they took all our stuff. They just left it. Okay.
They're not very
Idiots.
thorough.
I also didn't take my arcane artifact that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Idiots.
No, they did. They did. Well, they did, but they didn't.
But they left it on the
Oh,
table, I
right.
believe,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
They didn't separate it from my gear.
I mean, tusk for brains.
I I kind of start waddling down the
I'm going back now.
crater,
Because of your little legs.
and
We're just like,
and I want to reach in to grab like a hunk of meat out of my backpack. You know, with my experience taming or like dealing with animals in circus acts, I'm trying to lean on some of that knowledge. And I want to wander down to it and whistle to the worm and hold up the hunk of meat in my hand.
What? Make a performance check.
He's got like a plus 12.
Hey, he said it.
Yeah.
Let the record show.
Yeah, because it's from his performing past.
Oh, not only a nat 20, but a 26.
wow.
All right, it sees you, and it starts kind of like recognizing what you have and starts wagging its tail a little bit.
Yeah.
Its whole body is a tail.
Yeah, so it starts kind of like it's like when
It's
a
doing the
dog-
wave.
Yeah.
I kind of do like a whistling tune that I
chocolate.
used to use dealing with like lions and stuff. And I would do it, but I'm not a very good whistler. And then I toss the hunk of meat to the side of the crater away from everybody as far as I can throw it.
All right, it starts running towards the meat, and right before it gets to it, it hits a magical barrier, a blue magical barrier, and you see its eyes glow blue, and then go back and sit next to the stone.
I think we should bring the meat.
Let me
with
try
us.
something, friends. And I reach in. This may not work. It's a long shot. And I reach into my pouch and I pull out another piece of meat. This one seems to have a forked end at one end, and it seems to be severed at the other end. And then I reach into my pouch again and I pull out what appears to be a small honeycomb. And I start to concentrate on the thing, and I try to reach out telepathically and suggest to this creature that it take a nap. Take a nap. You're so tired. Fall asleep. Close your eyes. Now, if it can understand me and it is susceptible to suggestion, it will take a nap and it will need to do a wisdom throw. I'm assuming it might be able to from its past, but I don't know. Creatures that the suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable, which I think I just did. Asking the creature to stab itself, throw itself into a spear, immolate itself, or do some other obviously harmful act ends the spell. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. This is a suggestion, by the way. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it pursues the course of action you describe to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration, which is up to 8 hours. So in order to do this, I have to magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you. So you have to decide that.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common. Yeah, so probably Elvish and Dwarvish.
As you cast your spell, it cocks its head to the side and then goes back to its normal routine and just kind of sussing you up a little bit.
I kind of want to. I'm gonna like make my way around because I saw how well it responded to the meat before whatever enchantment it had on it worked. So I'm keeping a wide berth like past the barrier side of where it like seemed to have hit the wall, and I'm going for the chunk of meat to approach it.
Okay.
So making my way towards the meat.
What color of
Making my
worm
way
is it?
down to-
Blue.
I cautiously take out my loot. Well, actually, I guess I don't really need to, but yeah, I cautiously take out my loot.
Friends, why are we afraid of a worm? Trogrum.
I am not afraid of the worm. I am afraid of what the worm will do to the rest of you.
This worm is enormous compared to me. I know someone said the word tiny.
I yell from a few dozen feet up the crater, Trogrim, if you're feeling up to it, I'm rooting for you. And I give you Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, hell yeah. What's that, D6?
It's a D6, yeah.
You don't have to worry about me. If it goes through you, it'll still have to get through these two before it gets to me. So
It's so far away I don't hear you.
I'm going to use you as a meat shield.
I go up to the worm and I go up to it and I get within 10 feet of it.
You see it kind of tensing up a little bit.
And I look at it and I put this point of my maul in the ground and I growl at it and say, go now or face battle. And I'd like to make an intimidation check.
Okay.
At least this time his voice didn't crack.
We don't know that yet.
know yet.
A 21.
It did not crack.
If anything, it got gruffer.
Before was ready to pounce and then slowly starts to back up and move away from you. As it's moving farther and farther away, since you came from the front, the same amount of distance from the front, it hits the back and it's just pushing itself constantly back into the wall, trying to kind of move away.
Well, that's kind of sad.
And I proceed towards the statue and keep sort of moving my eyes between the statue and the worm, and the statue and the worm. I get closer and closer. I advance 5 feet towards the statue.
Okay.
And I reach out for, can I see the crystal at this point?
Yes, see, there's a crystal at the feet of the statue.
Okay.
Yes.
And I reach down for the crystal while keep my eyes on the worm, and I grab the crystal.
Okay. You grab the crystal,
Yeah.
and it's still trying to back up.
And I cautiously start backing away from the worm.
As you start backing up away, the barrier is starting to move with you with the crystal. So as you move 5 feet, the barrier
worm
moves,
is being pushed
and the
too.
worm is being pushed with the barrier.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now that we're closer, do I recognize the statue if I make a history check?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, while I'm watching this, I just want to know if this is useful information at all.
Can we see the barrier? Or does it just look like he's being pushed?
It's kind of like a blue
13.
spark kind of move where it's hitting the worm.
15. 13 plus 2.
15 you recognize as you know it's an important person to the city.
Which city?
Amethyst. So the yellow crystal that we found in Nirvana,
It's in my sock.
Averna, sucked it. I don't know how to say what it did, but it sucked. Right, it sucked energy from.
It sucked the life force out of a person and used it to power the town's
This crystal, this blue one.
forever life.
And forgive my old brain. I don't recall us. We don't have another crystal, right? These are the only two we have. This blue one seems to be a force field of some sort with this worm creature in it. And it clearly devastated this town. But that could have been from the way, the yellow crystal, remember, it went through the library and created that crater. Maybe this one struck harder or something. What is this crystal's magical power, I wonder?
I want to go up to Trogam and go, what if we put them together?
The worm and the crystal together.
The 2 crystals, and I take the yellow one out of my sock because they didn't take it.
And, this is a good idea. And I touch the crystal to put the crystals together. Clink.
Confidence of
This makes sense.
Level 3
Barbarian.
adventures.
Oh, level up.
As y'all looking at the crystals, as the crystals clink, you notice a really big difference in the two. The yellow one is filled with magical power. It's just vibrant. It's like you can see through it, and it's like you see the energy inside of it, while the blue one is completely empty.
Well, the clinking them didn't do anything?
No, it did not.
The blue one is completely empty. I wonder if that's because it's drained its energy.
Your eyes are remarkable.
I'm wearing my reading glasses.
I want to slowly start walking up to the worm, trying to judge its aggression and try to basically calm it down as if I were taming, or placating a circus animal.
Like animal handling.
I believe in you. Bardic inspiration.
Bard.
16.
16.
Nothing but banger rolls.
Bards are not bad at anything. It's kind of their whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm only bad at unarmed strike. That's it.
What was your goal?
My goal is to basically, I'm just trying to calm the worm down that's intimidated and clearly frightened and possibly aggressive, but not responding, or having thrown the piece of meat that I already had. I'm trying to use just a different tactic of calming it down like you would a spooked horse or something like that.
All right. And with that 16, he does start to calm down a little bit. He's still on edge, but you see his body language relax slightly.
I don't mean to interrupt your fun, and I'm keeping one eye on the worm while I'm yelling over to the group. I don't mean to interrupt your fun with the crystals there, but we still need to take care of this creature here. Now I think I've calmed it down a little bit for the moment, but it's definitely frightened and unpredictable, at least in my experience. It's got the scared eyes of a cornered tiger.
Ooh, what if we take it into the spellbinding tavern?
Oh. Oh.
A little havoc,
I like
a
that.
little mayhem. I'm looking directly at Anne when I say that.
I nod knowingly.
I'm not knowingly.
You guys are finally on the same wavelength.
I'm gonna shout. I'm like, "There's something wrong with the blue one. It's dim."
Do you have any more meat in your bag?
I have meat right here, though.
Who was meat?
I have meat. I picked it up.
I put my hand back and I say, toss it to me.
You don't need the meat. You just drag it with the force field.
We got the
That is
meats.
brutal. We only do brutality when we need brutality.
I'm gonna toss the meat to Horatio, but it's not a very good toss. It lands about like 3 feet short. That's a 3. It lands about 3 feet.
All right, I'm momentarily distracted by the meat landing at my 3 feet behind me, and I turn around, losing sight of the worm for a minute.
Roll that die.
And gets ya.
Seeing you turn its back, it recognizes the opportunity and jumps.
Oh.
Jumps
It's always
you.
Horatio.
at me.
Yes.
Okay.
And-
Do I notice it jumping at me?
Does anyone notice jump?
Does anyone notice it jumping at me?
We're all-
And how far are we from it?
Everybody but Horatio notices, and 2 of the 4 of you, I'll give you a reaction to try to say something or try to do something.
I'm gonna go, Horatio, no!
I think Trogram's like probably about 30 feet away from Horatio at this point, so he dashes towards him. That's my action.
Trogram, roll a athletics check to see if you get to him in time.
He's jumping at Horatio, not the meat.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
9.
I warned him.
9. Okay, unfortunately, you do not get to him in time.
Darn.
And roll a.
Roll for loudness.
I was gonna say performance because
He said 2 of us could get a reaction if you.
But they didn't really do
Wait,
anything.
it might jar. It might
I'd like
jar
to do
him,
something.
yeah, it might. If her performance is high enough, then he'll notice and get an athletics check to dodge.
Are you ready for this? That's a 14 plus 7.
Bards ain't bad at anything.
Roll performance.
Suck it, Frankie.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
All right.
It's never going to give us a performance roll again.
You get only animal handling now.
Make an acrobatics check to dodge.
A save.
You're right. Acrobatics save.
Deck save.
Dex save?
Oh yeah. Acrobatic. Isn't acrobatics dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horatio, spin move.
Okay, so
Pirouette, the pirouette.
I rolled a 15.
All right. Describe your dodge.
Okay, so momentarily distracted by the splat of the piece of meat landing on the ground behind me, I turn around, reaching, waddling back to go grab it, just absentmindedly distracted by kind of all the anguish that I felt this day. And then I hear the pattering of Trogram attempting to sprint towards me. And the Horatio, watch out, coming from Anne, only to just immediately turn, briefly to see this worm kind of midair sailing towards me. And I just kick off with my back feet, leaning back,
Backhand spring out of the way.
not quite a backhand handspring, but just using some of that acrobatics skill from the circus and the performing. Very light on my feet, and so I just kind of bounce out of the way and land a few feet out of its path. So the worm kind of crashes down into where I was standing.
It crashes down and it looks at you with a snarl and then walks over to the meat and starts eating it.
Not the first time a circus leader has had to dodge a tiger.
I look out of breath at Anne. I say, "Thank you, Anne. It's clearly been a while since I've handled dangerous animals." Okay, getting my bearings in there.
Is Stronger still sprinting?
Yeah, that was my action. I'm still
Yeah.
I don't as I'm running, I'm seeing all of this happen. And so I'm still running up to this worm full force.
Okay.
What?
And I stop a couple feet short and look at you and look at the worm, and I look at Horatio and say, "Are you injured? Did he get you?"
I put my hand up, kind of catching my breath and slowing my panic for a minute. I say, I'm okay for now, but do not take your eyes off this one. Trogram, I think you'd be the better person to watch it while we figure out what else is going on here.
Yep,
You've now brought the crystal closer to the worm.
I have, yes.
Let's try and
And I say, "Okay, Anne, give me another piece of meat."
I go, that was Horatio's. That is all that I have.
Okay, Horatio, do you have any more meat?
I don't have any more meat, Trogram.
Just drag the worm
Max
with the
or
force
Theo?
field.
I have rations.
Oh, wait. I have a half of a quarter of a handful of kibble. And I offer my 6 pieces of kibble in my hand.
I mean, I grab it and I look at it, and I toss a couple to try and lead the worm towards the house, towards the tavern.
It's just eating the meat.
I come up next to Trogrim as the worm is either processing or something, and I come next to him and I emulate what you did earlier with your maul to intimidate it. And I take Victor's leg and I push it in the ground and I stand as tall as I can. I puff out my chest and I go,
Make your intimidation check.
intimidation or animal handling. I thought it was very communicative. I'll do intimidation.
I'll
do it for
you
you.
want animal handling?
For you, I'll do it to you. You do intimidation?
Well, yeah, because you're intimidating it. You went,
Yeah.
That's a natural 20 plus
Damn,
4.
so-
Oh my god.
Nice or hot.
He recognizes the motion from Trogrim. It's grunting. He gets
eyes gets big and just like grabs the meat and then just starts walking with you.
This worm is so
Not.
easily intimidated.
Not daring to look away and pull a Horatio.
Trogum just looks at the worm following Anne, just what the hell is this? And follows behind the worm. And so it's Anne, worm, Trogum, with everyone else in
I'm
front.
behind Trogrum.
Yeah, with Horatio behind me.
Yeah, now yeah.
Max and Theo leading us back to the tavern.
Okay.
I just because I wasn't paying attention when you were talking about bringing it to the tavern. I was what is the plan here?
Mayhem. Chaos. And I not knowingly.
I can't see. I guess I can see you, but I'm too busy thinking that I have intimidated this worm to be in my.
I turn back to
Familiar.
Horatio and say, no one here is a skilled enough magic user to figure out what's going on here. We need to figure out what the relationship is between this worm and the crystal, and hopefully hopefully the wizard inside will be able to tell us.
That's as good of a plan as any.
I mean, it's the only options we have.
Just keep an eye on that one, on that worm for me. I've
Certainly.
come close enough to it today.
Let's carry on, friends.
We bust into the tavern.
Yeah. I kick open the door and I go, "Hey, baby."
Hey, baby. Remember me?
The kid in the back, as if he's never seen you guys before, turns around and goes, "Hi, welcome to Mages of Merlot Tavern and Spellbind Arcade. How can I help you?"
It's me and a worm.
As you walk in, your orientation goes back from being around 45 degrees to straight, and the worm kind of like touches and then like walks in, just kind of like falls on its stomach and then gets up and then continues following you.
It must be extremely disorienting to go through a 45-degree change like that without gravity changing.
All right. So I'm gonna grunt at the worm and point at the bar.
The worm just walks up and takes a seat at a bar stool and becomes a little barfly.
Hell yeah, it does.
Trogum walks up to the bar with the blue crystal and says, what is the relationship between this crystal and the worm? Tell me now.
Just ask for the Merlot, I think.
I can get you any kind of drink that you'd like. What are you looking for?
That's not what I asked.
I already asked for Merlot and you said no.
I will take one of those Merlots.
Okay, listen here.
That's right. Now you listen here, piece of face. And I go, 1 Merlot.
I can't give you the full thing.
1/2 Merlot.
You're short on payment.
I brought a worm.
You
What
did bring a
payment?
worm.
Take the worm as payment.
Wait, we've never been asked for payment before.
Oh, you've been asked for payment every time.
What?
Look at your crystal.
That little crystal.
That thing is empty.
Listen here. How do we get the energy back into this crystal?
Listen, that energy has already been gone. It's been dissipated. It is back. Now,
It's back. Back where? In the library?
it's back to Chad.
Chad has it.
How do you know about Chad?
Listen here.
He wants something from us. It's okay.
I lean in too. The worm also leans in.
I got orders from up top. I'm just a minimum wage little guy down here. Until you can make your payment with all 5 stones, you're gonna be. How do I word this properly? Screwed.
Wait a minute. I got a question.
Are you threatening us?
Oh no.
What? We got a dim crystal here.
Yes.
You're telling me it's empty. And that it's empty because Chad has his power back from this one?
Yes.
But if all of the crystals are empty, Is that the payment that you need? At 5 empty crystals?
That's not ideal. The crystals are essentially Chad's soul.
Yeah, we got that.
They need to be brought back together.
Okay, yeah, we got that too.
Yeah. And once they're back together, the magic that is binding me from telling you things will unravel.
You want Chad for yourself too, huh? Listen here, and I lean in, and I go, you tell me right now, you a good guy or you a bad guy?
I'm just a guy.
Well, Mr. Guy, you see here that we not only have a crystal, but we have this scaled creature that happens to be bound to it. So unless you have any clever ideas of how to separate the two, I'm afraid we're stuck here at an impasse.
There seems to be a price disparity here. You want the soul of a book of knowledge for what? A bottle of Merlot that only one person got to drink? And I glare at Anne. We're no longer in sync.
I nod knowingly. I promise I won't use this joke next time.
I don't need the soul. I just need him to be put together.
Are you part of the Book of Knowledge by any chance?
Welcome to Mages and Merlot. Spellbinding Arcade.
Yeah, you're stuttering. Answer the question.
Can I get your order for something? And the kid kind of goes back to his young, naive self.
Do we just have a worm now?
Did you? Possibly.
I mean, the scales should be worth something. Skin it, make a couple belts.
Horatio, did you find transport off
The
this
worm
sky
shudders.
island?
And like,
Did I find
silence.
transport off
when
this
we
island?
when I walked out of the room, you were still trying to find transport, I believe.
No, as far as I'm concerned, we're on a desolate rock in the sky with no hope of getting off. And, this jester in front of us has given us no information whatsoever.
I may have an idea. Hey, kid,
Hi, how's it going?
you only have one prize up there? You don't have anything else? Like maybe magic flying boats or...
Listen here. I'll make you guys a deal.
Listen up, Mr. Blackthorn. You're good at this.
You give me the 2 stones.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'll get
Possessed! Get him!
and I'll get you where you guys need to go.
This is not Theo.
And I'll get you
I
guys
don't
Oh,
where you need to
think-
go.
Do you want to just come with us?
You exist in every town. Just let us go in
I
one
take the
door
stone.
and out
Are
another.
you holding the blue stone, Tornum?
Yep.
I reach to take the blue stone out of your hand,
I don't resist.
and I take it out, and I just start walking through I just walk away from the stand. I just start walking through the game area, presumably dragging the worm with me against the...
Oh,
against
crashing
the force
into
field
other
wall.
customers.
Oh no, I'm just
Chips are everywhere.
I'm just just dragging this thing, taking it on a tour through the space, seeing what's going to happen.
People are starting to complain.
Are
As
there
you-
other people in this
Yeah.
place?
Yeah,
There's
just-
always
yeah.
other people.
There's always
People are having their Yelp, because there's no Yelp reviews out, so they're just screaming out how
Yelp
terrible. They're just screaming out how terrible it is.
As you keep walking around, you notice there's all these different games and stuff like that, and then you finally get to one game in particular stands out, and you look at it, and there is what looks like a bunch of tiny dragons, like tiny worms, on a backdrop with little squirt guns that you shoot the target, and you assume that when you shoot the target, the worms run towards the end and there's a checkered flag at the end. But at the top of it, there's 5 slots.
So it's one of those horse racing kind of games
Yeah.
that you shoot the water pistol at and you get the stream of water into
Yeah.
the thing that drives your horse
Yep.
forward. And there's 5 slots.
Yes, and there's 5 slots.
Oh.
2, 3, 4.
I'm catching up to Horatio because I kind of endeared to the worm at this point. I go looking at the machine. I go, hey, put the blue one. Put the crystal in the blue one.
Do the crystal? What do the slots look like?
They look like imprints of, some would call it a 20-sided rock.
Hey, are the blue crystal and the yellow crystal the same size?
Yes.
And are they hexagonal in shape?
Yes, they are.
I just I hand the crystal to Anne.
Are the slots color coded? I just said put them in the blue one.
They are.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool.
You see 5 colors: red, green, blue, black, and yellow.
Red, green, blue, black, and yellow.
Dibs on the black.
Red, green, blue, black, yellow.
Red, green, blue, black, and yellow.
I'm gonna climb onto the table and take the blue crystal and put it in the blue slot.
You see the blue worm kind of move forward, and the clear barrier that was there dissipates, and the worm now looks somewhat like a happy cat.
Ooh.
Like it literally turned into
No,
a cat.
it's still
Okay.
but its mannerisms are
Gotcha,
more
gotcha.
like a cat seeing.
It's not
an old
intelligent
friend.
though. It's still not a professor.
It's still a worm.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
gonna take.
I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. You put the blue one in,
Yeah,
and the worm on the screen did this, not the worm behind us or wherever the worm is.
The one on the screen moves forward a little bit,
Yeah.
and then the one behind you, the actual worm,
Looks like the happy cat.
now looks like the happy cat.
Sorry, I didn't track. Got it.
I try and take the blue one out just for curiosity's sake.
It doesn't come out.
Ooh,
And
okay.
you hear a slight, and you hear the bartender in the back and says, "That's one of them."
I look to you guys wide-eyed and I go,
Do the yellow.
should I put?
No, don't put the yellow
I
in
pull
it.
the trigger on one of the squirt guns.
And just shoots a little bit of water, but doesn't quite make it to the target.
I go because you got me on the leg.
The blue one was empty, but the yellow one is not.
Yeah, keep the yellow one.
Put the yellow one in. Yes.
You're the one who wants the book of knowledge the most.
This seems to be getting us closer.
He is pretty useless.
What
huh?
should I do? What should I do? I want to do it so bad. But what should I do?
Let's do it.
Put the yellow crystal in the yellow slot.
wait.
Perhaps this is the
Okay.
What do we get out of it if
perhaps
we
a
do?
flying boat off this rock.
We're going to need more than a flying boat. This is a rock full of magic.
You need more than a flying boat to get off a flying rock. What?
I'm saying there's a price difference here.
This is clear. Look, we're going to run into this place again. No matter where we go, we can't escape it. It's going to be
So
here.
we should-
We're not going to lose these crystals. They're here.
So we should bargain for being able to use this place as a safe haven and as a hub so that we can move around Faerun.
What more safe haven does it have to be?
I think
It is
we
a
were
safe
already
haven.
there.
It's indestructible. We're here.
Max, we're clearly in the presence of magic well beyond our understanding or capacity to control.
I just want to be able to use it to teleport places.
Perhaps if we put the yellow stone in, it will teleport us to where the next stone is.
I've put the Yellowstone in.
Excellent, Anne. Excellent.
No one ever listens to Max.
Who said that?
Max usually has great opinions. I don't know why he's not speaking up now.
You guys so much. That was so good. It actually took me a second to get it too.
As you move the stone closer, as right before it could even get your hand could get to the spot, it like it's magnetized into the slot.
It snatched it.
The yellow worm races to halfway across the racetrack, and you just hear in the background, "Pleasure doing business with y'all."
I pull the trigger on the squirt gun.
It goes a little bit farther. It's
It
not
just
quite
gets
there.
me again. Just standing at the top of the end of the thing.
I look back to the young kid barkeep Austin, and I just look to see if he's there. Did he change?
As you look back, you just kind of you see that the kid just kind of like wave to you and go.
Chuck E.
What was
Cheese
the
looking
deal?
ass.
I go look out the door.
As you open the door, you look outside, and a familiar scent follows you, and you find yourself at your main market, Waterdeep.
What'd I tell you?
I smack
We
Max. I
never
say,
got it in writing. He didn't say anything except deal accepted.
Yeah.
I mean, can you blame me? What do you? I just look defeated.
As you step outside, the waves
Did we
crash.
step outside? We step outside.
is the worm still inside?
Yeah, it's just following you around now.
It's my familiar now.
cat now. A little cat worm.
It's my familiar now. I'm claiming it.
Can it change? Can it like get bigger and smaller?
No, it's
It's a reptile.
It's magic.
No, it's just a reptile.
Everyone in there is a simulacrum, and there's nothing that you can say to convince me otherwise.
as you walk out, you recognize the streets. You see everyone hustling and bustling. Everyone's on the grind. It never stops. And in the distance, you see the steeples of Ye Old Library.
We must go to the library. This is the next logical place. Correct.
Clearly.
Were we in this one the very first time, or was that Neverwinter?
No, we were in the Neverwinter library.
Neverwinter. I always get these two cities mixed up.
Trogrim takes off in the direction of the library.
Grumble was heading towards Waterdeep, right?
He was.
He was heading southeast, which I can only assume
I thought it
is
was
towards
northeast.
Waterdeep.
Well, the note we found says that the principal is looking for.
I'm following Trogrim with my little
I thought it
legs,
was northeast to Neverwinter.
making the Mr. Krabs.
No, that was simply a misdirection. I need a map.
We need to find the. Yeah, we need to find the.
It was earlier in the day than we were.
Yeah.
thought.
We need to be careful. We don't know how strong the principal is. I agree that we need to get, Peanut's mojo back, but still.
We just put our two most powerful artifacts that we own into an arcade game. I think being careful has been cast
Listen,
aside.
I tried to talk them out of it. I tried, Horatio.
And I will bring whatever needs to bear down to get Peanut back to normal.
Well, I'm with you. If that's what you all want.
I'm already Trogrim and I are off towards the library.
Yeah,
already.
and Theo's not far behind.
As you kind of look over at Peanut, you notice in his hand a
Another
comb.
crystal. Oh.
He stole
He took the comb of
Wait, does he have
he took the
a
comb of
pompadour?
Pompadour.
Yes, the
The comb of the Pompadour.
No, but does he have a pompadour?
Oh, yes, he does have a pompadour.
He used it on himself. Excellent.
His riz just went up just a little bit.
a small portion of his mojo
I
just
just-
magically came back.
I don't say anything seeing that, but I just take the comb out of his hands, slip it in my shirt pocket, and I just look away smiling.
As you guys make it to the library, the big double doors open up, and it's a familiar sight.
What color is this worm?
There is a worm sitting behind a desk, a big book to the right of him, a bell, and the worm is black.
What does he say when he sees my familiar, the new blue worm?
He looks at you and he goes, "Hi, how you guys doing? How's everything going?"
I know, Neen, regionally renowned musician, Mother of Dragons. Nice to meet you.
When did you add Mother of Dragons to your title?
As soon as I got this familiar.
Reason renowned Mother of Dragons. It is very, very nice to meet you.
We call her Khaleesi.
For long.
Patent pending.
Patent pending. We don't need no stinking patents.
How can I help you all today? How are you all doing?
Wow, you sound different, more energetic than the other worms.
Well, yes, things move fast here. I gotta be fast. I gotta be fast. Gotta be stop things. Gotta keep going. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing well. We want to go in.
Oh.
We got to see Chad.
Of course. All you gotta do is sign the book.
Book's been signed.
What? He
Let me in.
flippins open the book, and he looks down and he sees 50
We've all
names that were
signed the
made
book.
up by Anne, Horatio, Trogrum, Matt.
I think I just put my
You
initials.
just did.
I put
MM.
A-OK.
You did A-OK, MM, and
A flourish
a
by
very
Theo.
And very cursive scribble.
cursive scribble.
That's me right there. That one.
That one, yes, okay. As it looks up, everything lights up except for MM.
Which happened before. We've seen this before. You wait here. Or
It worked last time.
Just give it up.
Jesus. Never.
Because I was following behind everybody, and the doors presumably have closed back on me. Not hearing any of this conversation going. Push open both the doors, and I say, "Principal, where is he?
Oh, he is not currently here.
Where is he?"
He is in some important meetings.
What-
How important could they be?
What are you looking at me for? I was only going to say we seem to have a very impatient Horatio on our hands, and I don't blame you, good sir.
I
don't
walk
blame
in,
you
I
at
just
all.
say, "I'm going in," and I just walk past the door.
The door opens up, and you're able to go in, and you see what seems like a normal library.
A
I'm
normal
going in
library.
too.
Oh,
I
it's
go
a-
in.
it's a
I go
li-
in.
Yeah,
too.
we all follow in.
Okay.
Except for
I go and I
Max.
check a book real fast.
I'm going to yell at the doorway. If you need me, yell. Other than that, I'm waiting in the lobby.
No, Max, you must come with us.
M
or
squared, get in here.
Sign your name.
We're dealing with a magical
But nothing's happened
interdimensional
to us.
arcade yet that you know of. What if it hinders your fight with the principal?
That is future Theo's problem.
That's a later opportunity.
Yeah.
All right.
I go and I sign my damn name.
You sign your name. Everyone else's name goes dark. A magical force pushes you all out of the library, and Max's name shines gold.
What?
And the worm goes, "Oh, Max, You should have said it was you. The principal would like to have a word.
What the heck?
And two doors show up, and they...
You're a terrible person.
The two doors magically appear to the left, and they open up to a hallway with a red carpet. And the woman goes, "He'll see you now."
What does he want with me?
I try to follow. Or has he already gone through something?
I have not gone through.
Oh, okay.
I immediately turn and start walking start walking towards and attempt through the door.
Sir, as you kind of try to walk through the door, a magical barrier kind of stops you. Only Max and his comrades are allowed to go in.
His comrades. That's us.
Where's
And
comrades?
his friends.
Where's
Max and his
friends?
friends.
They are my friends.
Are you
friends,
going to go in?
Lead on, my friend. Lead on.
You guys are really putting
Fortune
me.
favors the bold.
I've never been bold. I like to be quiet and observant. But I guess if we must, and I have all of us link hands, so I
grab the
out,
worm's tail at the end.
You want to skip too?
While I appreciate the disdain you're showing me, I'm not going in there alone. And if
Alright,
holding hands,
We are with you. We are with you. And I link arms.
Yeah.
all right. So yeah, I step.
Can 5 of us fit through the door?
Sure.
Okay.
As you walk with Horatio clearly in front of everybody, like kind of dragging you along.
Clearly
assume.
dragging
Yeah.
me
Yes.
along.
You guys find another pair of double doors that open up, and you walk into what seems like a very large office. Bookshelves, giant stained glass windows in the back, and then a giant desk with a giant chair turned away from you so you cannot see who is sitting into it.
And a comically small man.
What's the principal's name? Max or
Maxium
Leaflet.
Maxium Leaflet?
And with that, I will see you all next time.
Sun on my face, it's a brand new day, and it's telling me it'll all be okay. All the clouds and the rain, that's from yesterday. Yeah, I'm telling you, it'll all be okay. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming and checking out our podcast. Feel free to give us a like, rate us 5 stars. That always helps us so much if you've been enjoying it. And if you want to support us in any other way, we do have a Patreon and it's officially live. You can go find exclusive content there or join our Discord.